well, we lived in Cedar. My dad was a registrar at the college. And we grew up not attending church. But I had friends that attended church, so they took me with them. It was wonderful because I loved how I felt when I was at church. My grandpa was active. He was a high priest, and he baptized me. And when I came out of the water, I said, "Oh, I'm a member of the church." And it was just a warm feeling, just a really warm feeling. And I was so happy to be a member of the church. And then when I got in high school, I had really good friends, and they took me to church with them. My parents never did go to church with me. And, you just start feeling like you need something else. Seminary was the first real burning in my, in your soul. And I had a seminary teacher, Boyd Bigley, and he was wonderful. And he was such a good man. And he was giving a lesson one day on celestial marriage. And when after the class was over, I was just so upset. And so he could see that I was really upset, so he caught me as I was leaving, and he had me come to his office. And I started to cry, and I said, "I want to be with my parents." And he said, "Janice, don't worry about it. The Lord has a plan. Things will work out." And he really talked me through it. And so that kind of settled down, and I decided that then and there that I was going to be married in the temple. That was my first decision there. I didn't stick with it very long, but life gets in the way sometimes, and I wasn't very active after I graduated from high school. And after we got married, we were active. I never looked back because it was the right thing to do, and I knew it. I'd always known it. For a long time I'd known it, but I just didn't act on it. The feeling that you get when you're doing the right thing, it helps you make the right decisions, especially if you have a spouse that's supportive. And so we had children that we wanted to have, forever. And then when we lost our baby, that was a real challenge. That was a challenge for me. I was really angry. For a short time, Vern gave me a blessing, and that helped me through it. But I was really angry. But when you're going through it, you're not real rational. But once I knew that Heavenly Father loved me. Death is a hard thing to understand, especially when you're young. But just feeling that I had to let go. I had to not be upset. It was difficult. It was really difficult to get beyond that. It took me almost a year to kind of put it behind me. But I've had friends that lost children, and it was such a comfort to them to know that you cry along with them. And you say, "I understand how you feel." You just needed somebody to say, "I understand how you feel," because that's a really difficult time in your life. And it's important that your grandkids know that you have a testimony, that you know that God lives and that Jesus is the Christ, and how important the church is. And I think they realize that we love the Lord, and just in the things that we do, because we're on our second mission, and we always have had a calling in the church. And it's important to us for our grandkids to see that we love the Lord.